Good day. I'm Princess Lucero from BSHM Day 31, and my topic for today is kitchen ergonomics for restaurant workers. The ergonomics in a restaurant is key to helping prevent employee muscle strains. For why proper ergonomics for kitchen workers can reduce injuries and time out of work. Common injuries such as cuts, lacerations, and bruises are the frequent and prolonged use of hand tools. Example, knives. Knives can cause soreness, aches, pains, and fatigue, which when ignored can lead to chronic musculoskeletal injuries of various kinds. Awkward positions of the upper body considerably increase the effort needed to complete the task. The resulting fatigue, discomfort, and pain add further to the risk for developing injury. Ergonomics is matching the tools, physical settings, and equipment to the worker. Ergonomics and human factors are often used interchangeably in workplaces. Ergonomics focuses on how tools and equipment affects workers, and the human factors emphasizes designs that reduce the potential for human error. It is fair to say that any restaurant worker who lifts or does other manual handling tasks is at some risk of musculoskeletal injury. Low back injury is the most likely kind of injury. The complete elimination of this risk is not realistic because their work usually involves awkward postures, repetitive movements, and standing in a circumscribed area for long periods of time.
My first report is all about why is proper ergonomics in restaurants so important for kitchen workers. In the restaurant industry, workers face a variety of factors that can impact their overall safety. Slips and falls, burns and scalds, and cuts and puncture are all common causes of restaurant employee injuries. In fact, according to our recent restaurant risk report, which looked at 5 years of workers' compensation claim data, it was discovered that the two leading causes of on-premise injuries in commercial kitchens are slips and falls and muscle strain or injury from holding or carrying. My next topic is common types of ergonomic injuries restaurant employee face. Standing, reaching, and repetitive movements can strain the body and cause ergonomic injuries, such as muscle strains in the back and upper extremities, carpal tunnel syndrome, tendonitis, and other musculoskeletal injuries. When not detected in the early stages, these types of injuries may not heal completely and lead to chronic painful condition. For this reason, it's imperative that employers establish safe work practice and provide proper equipment to all kitchen staff and servers to help decrease the risk of these ergonomic injuries. My last topic is preventing ergonomic hazards and injuries for restaurant workers. Attention to proper restaurant ergonomic helps to create a safer work environment by allowing employees to work as efficiently as possible, matching the tools, physical setting, and equipment to each worker's specific needs. Ergonomic hazards for restaurant workers also include the health and safety concerns involved with having scheduled shifts that tend to be longer than normal workday.
My topic is all about invest in ergonomic, anti-fatigue mats, and steps tools. Placing anti-fatigue mats at standing workstations can help reduce some of the discomfort. So, ayan, naglalagay tayo ng mats sa floor, sa working area, para maka-avoid tayo sa mga accident. So, make sure lang natin na ilalagay natin mats is yung slippery. Kasi kung hindi slippery yun, wala rin kwenta yung gusto natin mangyari na safety ng ating mga employees. So, naglalagay din tayo nung tinatawag na steps tools or footrest para shift yung body weight nung sa both legs nung ating employee. Kung di ako nagkakamali, ang itsura niya is parang siyang ladder, pero meron siyang 1 to 2 step lang siya. So ayun, pwede niyang i-rest, halimbawa pag nangalay siya, kasi syempre lagi tayo nakatayo sa industry natin. Pag nangalay si employee, pwede niyang i-rest yung left foot niya, then after ng left foot niya makarest is yung right foot naman niya. Next is allow for breaks from repetitive movements. So food preparation often involves a lot of chopping, slicing, stirring, and other repetitive movements of the hands, wrists, elbows, shoulders, and legs of employees. So dito is dapat inaalaw natin yung yung employee natin na magkaroon ng break. At least 2 to 5 minutes na break. Pwede din tayo mag-rotate ng staffs natin para makaiwas tayo sa yun nga yung tinatawag na pangangalay. Halimbawa sa pag-chop. Siyempre, kung yung station ni chef or ni employee is andun lang siya sa pag-chop, syempre mangangalay yung kamay niya. Hindi naman pwede na pwersahin natin siya. So, dapat meron siyang at least 2 minutes to rest, to have a break para sa sarili niya. Kasi kapag pinilit natin yon, it can cause ergonomic hazard in commercial kitchens. So next is encourage employees to avoid awkward position. So the human body is most comfortable when it's in a neutral position, but restaurant workers often find themselves engaged in tasks that lead them to hunch over a workstation in an awkward posture. So dito naman is dapat hinahayaan natin na maging komportable yung yung employee natin kung ano yung position na gusto nila. Halimbawa, in their working place, hayaan natin kung anong position yung gusto niyang gawin as long as ginagawa niya ng tama yung trabaho niya. For example, in a kitchen, dapat make sure natin na yung working table is sakto lang siya sa may bandang waistline ng employee natin. Kasi hindi pwede na mababa siya, hindi pwedeng apot siya sa may bandang dibdib, kasi mahihirapan si employee. Diba, for cutting, sa may bandang dibdib natin yung working place. Siyempre, mahirap naman yun. Isa na agad yun sa awkward position and discomfort position ng ating employee. Siyempre, mahihirapan siya magtrabaho and may chance din na magkaroon ng ergonomic hazard and ayun nga. Then, hindi naman always dapat yung working place natin is nasa may waistline. Meron sa pagpe-prepare, for example, sa pagpe-prepare ng pastries, dapat nasa may bandang elbow siya. Kasi, syempre, pag gagawa si pastry chef, nakaganon siya. So, mas mapapadali siya sa pag-design ng mga pastries na gagawin. Yun na.
Provide properly designed tools and equipment to decrease employee exertion. When employees are given tools and equipment that can help decrease some of the force needed to complete their daily duties, it relieves some of the strain of the muscles they are regularly using. Knives should be kept sharp, and utensils should have good padded handles with sufficient grip. How to prevent cuts in the kitchen. Cuts are a constant risk because employees work around sharp objects. In fact, a third of all reported restaurant workers' compensation claims are made up of injuries like cuts, punctures, and scrapes, ones that are often attributed to improper knife handling during food preparation in commercial kitchens. This is why it's crucial that all employees undergo knife safety training so they understand how to correctly chop, slice, and dice to avoid injuries in the workplace. Looking for tips on how to prevent cuts in the kitchen? Restaurants can make their workplaces safer by encouraging employees. These safety tips on kitchen knife usage can be applied to professional setting in commercial kitchen as well as at home. So first is wear protective gear to help prevent cuts. Employees who uses knives regularly should be required to wear appropriate hand and foot protection at all times. The staff should wear sturdy, closed-toed shoes to protect their feet should a knife be dropped accidentally. When the workplace safety rule to wear protective gear around sharp tools isn't implemented and properly enforced, injuries occur more commonly. The only exception to this rule should be in the instance of using meat processing equipment like band saws, meat cubers, or grinders, as wearing gloves in these situations could actually lead to a catastrophic injury. So next is mind fingers and thumbs when cutting objects. As food is being cut, make sure the fingers and thumbs are not in the way by keeping the digits on the hand not holding the knife tucked in. Use a stable cutting board or other solid surface and be sure to cut away from the body. Never touch the sharp edge of the knife itself. Next is pay attention to the task and hand when cutting. Employees should avoid distractions while slicing and dicing. This means leaving the conversation for later or putting the knife down on a smooth, flat surface to continuing talking when interrupted. Next is leave sharpening knives to the professionals. When it comes to knife safety, the sharper the knife, the better. They should be sharpened on a regular basis to keep them in good condition and as effective and as safe as possible for employees. After knives have been sharpened, however, make sure the staff is aware of that fact. A sharp knife provides workers more control, as a dull one can easily slip and cause an injury. It means that only experienced, trained workers should sharpen the knives. And for the last is properly store knives when not in use. Knives should be placed in a designated area when not in use, keeping the blades with a cutting edge facing safely away. Never toss knives into a sink between uses. Instead, a container should be available only for dirty knives and other sharp objects. In another approach would be to clean knives immediately following use, washing them with the blade facing away from the body for the safety.